Hello students, I, Mrs. Madhavi Mhatre, welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. I hope all of you are doing well at home. Today we are starting with chapter number 5. The name of the chapter is Linear Equations in Two Variables. In this chapter, first of all, we will try to understand the meaning of linear equation in two variables. Okay? With the help of previous knowledge or whatever you have learnt in lower standards, we will try to understand the meaning of linear equations in two variables. Afterwards, we are going to see the methods to solve the simultaneous equations. Okay. Before that, we will see what is meaning of simultaneous equations and then how to solve them by using various methods. Now here there are two different methods to solve the simultaneous equations. And finally, we are going to see the application of these simultaneous equations, that is word problems based on simultaneous equations. Okay, so let us start. So here we have some activities given. In the lower standards, you have studied this. You have studied how to make use of the alphabets or letters to find the unknown things. Okay, or how to write down the equations by using unknown things. So here let us solve such equations where we have the unknown variables. Okay. So see the first one, m plus 3 is equal to 5. So when we solve the equations, that time this minus 3 we will shift here. Plus 3 we will shift here to right hand side and it will become minus 3. Okay. So 5 minus 3, the answer will be 2 here. Okay. So in this way you are going to solve the activity. Similarly, 3y plus 8 is equal to 22. So first of all, you will shift this 8 this side. That means you will get 3y is equal to 22 minus 8. What is the answer? Answer is 14. 1, 4, 14. Correct? So 22 minus 8 is 14. And therefore, y is equal to 14 divided by 3. Correct? When 3 is in multiplication and if we change the side, it is going to come in division. So answer will be 14 divided by 3. Then here, x upon 3 is equal to 2. So this 3 which is in division, that will go here in multiplication. So 3 into 2, the answer is going to be 6 here. X is equal to 6. Now see next. 2p is equal to p plus 4 upon 9. So this p we will shift here to left hand side. So 2p minus p we will get p and this 4 upon 9 we will write as it is. Okay. Because we are shifting only p here. So plus 4 upon 9 will be as it is. So answer will be p is equal to 4 upon 9. Then you have seen how to use the unknown variable and then how to solve these word problems. So see here, which number should be added to 5 to obtain 15. So in place of this which number, unknown number, we will take any alphabet. Now you will observe that here x is used. So we will also use x. So here you will write x. Which number? That means x is added to 5 to obtain 14. So it shows that x plus 5 is equal to 14. Okay, below also you can see it. It is given. So here you have to write down x because that unknown number we have taken as x. So value of x, how to find now? This 5 we will shift here. Correct? So x is equal to 14 minus 5, that is 9. So answer of x is 9 here. Similarly next, which number should be subtracted from 8 to obtain 2? Okay, again this which number is an unknown number. Okay, so in place of that which number we will take any alphabet, but here you will observe that the alphabet used is Y. So we will subtract Y from 8. So here 8 minus Y. Here we will write Y. 8 minus Y is equal to 2. Down you can see the same thing. Afterwards it is written as an equation. 8 minus Y is equal to 2. Then what we are doing is, here you can see it is plus Y. That means this minus Y is shifted this side. At the same time 2 is shifted this side. So Y will be 8 minus 2, that is 6. Okay. So this way you are going to solve the sums. See, in now you are having your exam and the paper pattern will be as per the SSC board exam. So in that question number 2A and question number 3A are activity based, where the sums are asked in this way, where you have some blank boxes and you need to write them. Okay, so certain questions can be asked as activity in question number 2A and question number 3A, where you have such empty boxes and you have to write down the correct answers. Now, what we can observe here, that all the equations, equation number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, everywhere they are equations. You know, equations, they are having two sides, left hand side and right hand side. In between we have equal to sign. So they are called as equations. What we can observe here is, we saw various variables, like here we have m, here we have y, then here x, then here p, again here x, here y. What we observe is degree of all these equations is 1. The highest index present here is 1. So such equations, they are called as linear equations. In the chapter polynomials, we have studied that the polynomial with degree 1 is called as linear polynomial. So in front of that linear polynomial, when we write down equal to something, some constant, it may be any number or it may be 0, then it becomes equation and it is called as linear equations. So what we can say, that the equations with degree 1 are called as linear equations. Okay, by using the definition of linear polynomial, we can define linear equations. Now let's go ahead. See, all of you can write down this in your textbook so that you can understand it. You can write it with pencil. If you have already written, it is okay. If you're not written, please write it. And if you don't have textbook, then write down in notebook so that you will understand what to do here. Okay, how to solve the equations. Now let's go ahead. Now let us try to understand the meaning of linear equations in two variables by taking one example. So here one example is taken. Find two numbers whose sum is 14. So here we have to find two numbers, means both the numbers are unknown to us, but the condition is given that their sum is 14. So for these two numbers, we will use variables x and y. Okay, so by using the given information, that if two variables are x and y and their sum is 14, we can frame the equation as x plus y is equal to 14. Okay, so this equation is formed by us by using the condition. After reading, we can understand that the sum is 14, that means x plus y is 14. So such equation is called as linear equation in two variables. This equation has two variables and the degree of the equation is 1. Both the variables, the degree is 1. So we say that this is a linear equation in two variables. Now let us solve it. Okay. So here if we try to solve this equation, we get infinitely many values which are solving the, we satisfy the values of x and y. Okay. So infinitely many values of x and y we will get satisfying the given condition. For example, 9 plus 5 is 14, 7 plus 7 is 14, 8 plus 6 is 14. 4 plus 10 is 14. Minus 1 plus 15 is 14. So in this way, you can see here some we are getting in decimal points also. 0 plus 14 is 14. So many are there, okay? So similarly, you can write down more pairs here. So if we take the equation and if we have the condition, then here we have infinitely many values which satisfy the given equation. Okay, so when we take one equation in two variables, we get many values here. Now let's think what will happen if we take two different equations. Okay, now we will see the general form of linear equation in two variables. So the general form of linear equation in two variables is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers and a and b are non-zero at the same time. See, a cannot be 0 and b also cannot be 0 because we want two variables. If a is 0, then 0 into anything is 0. So that one variable will be vanished. Similarly, b cannot be 0. So a and b, they are non-zero. C can be 0. Okay. Here the general form is given in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. But we can shift this c to right hand side. Okay, when we want to frame it in the form of equation, this c we can shift to right hand side, and while solving the sums, we are going to use the form ax plus by is equal to c. Okay, so you will keep in mind this general form. Ax plus by is equal to c, because all the sums we are going to use, we are going to solve by using this type of form. Even in 10th standard, you are going to use the standard form, and in 10th standard textbook, you will find that the standard form is given as ax plus by is equal to c. Actually, both of them have the same meaning. Okay, c can be shifted to right hand side. We can take the constant on right hand side, but always keep in mind this form, that is ax plus by is equal to c. Now let's go ahead. Okay, so here such equation is called as linear equation in two variables, because here index of both the variables is 1. Both the places we can find that the highest index is 1 or the degree is 1. Okay, now here, as I have said previously, we will think for two different equations. The first equation is saying that the sum of two numbers is 14. So the equation is framed x plus y is equal to 14. Now one more equation is given to you, that is x minus y is equal to 2. Now here we can write down the solutions for equation 1 as 9, 5. See, this is value of x, this is value of y. You know ordered pair. You have studied in geometry, in graph, that in round bracket we write down the order pair, and the first number gives the value of the first variable, that is x, and the second number gives the value of y. Such pair is called as ordered pair. So equation number 1 has solutions like 9, 5, 7, 7, 8, 6, etc. And for the second equation also we can write down many solutions like 7, 5, then minus 2, minus 4, 0, minus 2, 5.2 and 3.2. And we can write down 8 and 6 also. So if we write all these solutions like this, then what we find is here there will be one common solution to both. Okay, that means some common value is going to satisfy both the equations. So here we have 8 and 6, which is the only common solution. These values satisfy both the equations. See, 8 plus 6 is 14 and 8 minus 6 is 2. So here it is the only common solution. No other value of x and y is going to satisfy both the equations. I'm talking about both the equations. When we think of one equation, there are infinitely many solutions. But when we think of two equations together, we get one and only one common solution here. Okay. So here we can say that 8 comma 6 is the unique solution for these both the equations. Okay. So such two equations, when we consider two linear equations at the same time, they are called as simultaneous equations. Simultaneous means at the same time. Okay. So when we consider at the same time two linear equations in two variables, they are called as simultaneous equations. Now what is important here is the variables, they should be same. That means in one equation, if you are having x, y as variables, in the second equation also you should have x and y only as the variables. You cannot have p and q. Then they will not be simultaneous. In both the equations, the variables should be same, their degree should be same. Okay, then only we can say that they are simultaneous equations. To be more specific, we can say that they are simultaneous linear equations. Okay, now in this chapter we are going to learn about the methods to solve such simultaneous equations. This chapter is very important because the same chapter with the same name is present in 10th standard. The first chapter of mathematics 1 in 10th standard is linear equations in two variables. Okay. So here in 9th standard we are ending with this chapter, and in 10th standard we are going to start with the same chapters. Whatever method you are studying here in 9th standard, those methods you are using in 10th standard. Nobody is going to teach you again those methods. Okay. So you need to learn them properly now. Okay. So all of you please pay attention. Now let's take one more example to understand the simultaneous equations better. So here see x plus y is equal to 5 and 2x plus 2y is equal to 10 are the two equations in the variables. Now they have given you the question, or they have asked you the question here, that five different solutions you have to find for these two equations and check whether they are same or what. For example, if you take x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2, then 3 plus 2 is 5. Put the same values here. 3 into 2 is 6 and 2 into 2 is 4. 6 into 4 is 10. That means whatever values we are taking here for x and y, the same values they satisfy this equation. Do you know why? Because if you observe here, this particular equation, everywhere if we divide by 2, okay, then this 2 will get cancelled, and here you know that 2 5s are 10. So check the equation, x plus y is equal to 5. We are getting the same equation, okay, that is same as the first one. See, x plus y is 5 and here also we have x plus y is 5. So when we have multiplied here all the terms by 2, we got this new equation. And that is why what we can say here, that whatever values of x and y we are going to take here, they are going to satisfy the second equation also. Because these two equations, they are same. If we reduce them, we get the original equation like this. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Now after this we will see the methods to solve the simultaneous linear equations. Okay, so let us start with the methods. First method here is elimination method of solving simultaneous equations. Elimination means to eliminate something, to remove something. So here we have two variables, x and y, p and q, m and n, whatever. So two variables in equations we have. So here we are going to eliminate one variable and then we will get the value of second variable. Okay, so that is why this method is called as elimination method. Now let's take one example to understand this method. Okay, so from the textbook solved example I am taking. Example number 1, solve x plus y is equal to 14 and x minus y is equal to 2. The same equations which we discussed previously. Solution already know, 8 and 6. Now let's check whether we are getting the same solution or what. Now you are provided with two equations. So in this method, the very first thing is that you have to check whether the equations are in standard form. That is ax plus by is equal to c. So variables x and y are on left hand side and the constant number on right hand side. So here we can observe that both the equations are in standard form, that is ax plus by is equal to c. After doing that, we have to number them as 1 and 2. Okay. So see, number the equations as 1 and 2. After numbering them, we have to check for the coefficients. Okay, their coefficients should be equal. Then and then only we can add and subtract to eliminate the variable. Okay, here. So what we can observe here is the coefficient of x is 1 and here also coefficient of x is 1. The coefficients are equal. For y also the coefficients are equal. Here plus 1 and here it is minus 1, means they are opposite, but the number is same, 1 and 1. So first of all we have to check whether the coefficients are equal. If they are not equal, we have to equate them. But since here they are equal and we can observe that if we add these two equations, then plus y and minus y will get cancelled. And therefore, we are writing by adding both the equations. So we are adding x plus y is equal to 14, equation number 1, plus x minus y is equal to 2, equation number 2. So plus y and minus 1 y we will get 0 and 1x plus 1x, 1 plus 1 2. So here we will get 2x and 14 plus 2 is 16. So 2x is equal to 16 and therefore x is equal to 8. Okay, so because of adding, y is eliminated. One variable is eliminated. So this method is called as what? Elimination method. To be more specific, we will say that elimination method by equating coefficients. If coefficients are equal, then and then only we can add or subtract depending upon the sign of the coefficient. If the coefficients are not equal, we cannot simply add or subtract. Now here the coefficients were already equal, so directly we added because we observed plus y and minus y will get cancelled. That means y will be eliminated when we add these two equations. And after elimination of y, we got value of x as 8. Now this value of 8 we will substitute in any one equation here, either in equation 1 or in equation 2, and then we will get value of y. So we will write down substituting x is equal to 8 in equation 1. Okay, that is our next step. See, substituting x is equal to 8 in equation 1. So equation 1 was x plus y is equal to 14. Substituting x is equal to 8 means what? Replace x by 8. In place of x, you write down 8. So 8 plus y is equal to 14 and therefore y is equal to 14 minus 8. See, this 8 plus 8 will be shifted. This will be shifted here and it will become minus 8 and then 14 minus 8 we will get 6 as the answer. As I told you that we know the answer already. We have discussed the same equations are there. So here x is equal to 8 and y is equal to 6 are the solutions that we have to write down. That here 8 comma 6 in ordered pair. This is first value is of x and the second value is of y. So 8 comma 6 is the solution of the first equation. Okay. Now let's check, let's verify whether they satisfy both the equations or what. So let us put this in the second equation. For the first equation already we have checked. So second equation was what? X minus y is equal to 2. So let us take only left hand side, that is x minus y. So x is 8 minus y is 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. That is our right hand side. So it is true for the second equation also. This is called as verification. So we have verified that 8 and 6, these two values of x and y respectively, they satisfy both the equations. So it is called as solution of these two simultaneous equations. Here only one solution we are getting. Okay? Only this pair satisfies these two equations. For any other values, the equations will not be satisfied. Okay? Now when we will solve the practice set, that time you will understand all the things better. Okay? When we will solve more sums, that time you will understand the method better. Let's go ahead now. Now the second method, which is substitution method of solving the simultaneous equation. Okay? This method is not there. It is under the reduced syllabus. But as I have said, you can study this method as a self-study. But in exam, you can solve the equations by using the first method, that is elimination method. Okay. But this method also you can study by yourself, because that method also can be used. As I have said, in 10th standard, you are going to have the same chapter, and there you can use the second method also. Okay. But for the 9th standard, the second method is under reduced syllabus. So it is not compulsory for you to use the second method. Okay. Try to understand the first method better and use it everywhere. Okay. But those who want, those you who are curious about this method, then they can solve it. So on page number 85 here, you can see this method, and you put a crossover that this particular method is not there for the examination. You can ignore it. Now let's go ahead. So let us start solving practice set 5.1, which is based on whatever we have learned just now. Okay. So first question here is, by using variables x and y, form any 5 linear equations in 2 variables. So this is an open-ended question. You can write down any 5 linear equations of your choice by taking x and y as variables. Okay. So this is an open-ended question. So you have to write down the equations of your choice. Like you can write down x plus y is 2, x minus y is 5, whatever you can write. Okay. So write down all the 5 linear equations of your choice. Then next question, question number 2 here. Like some equations I have given here. So you can take a note of this. I have written of my choice. So you also can write of your choice. If you want, you can copy the same also. Any equations, only the condition is what? They should have x and y as variables and their degree should be 1. You cannot write any equation of type x square minus something or x cube. You cannot take that. Only you should have x and y. The degree should be 1 because they are linear equations. So they should have the maximum degree or the highest index as 1. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Question number 2. Write 5 solutions of the equation x plus y is 7. So here also you can write this by yourself. Again, it's an open-ended question. So see some solutions I have given. X plus y is 7. That means sum of two numbers should be 7. So I have taken some pairs 1 and 6, minus 2 and 9. See, 9 minus 2 is 7. 10 minus 3 is 7. 4 and 3, 3 and 4. So all these are the solution of the given equations. Similarly, you can write down of your choice. It is not compulsory that I have given you this, so you must write this. You can write any numbers. Like you can write down 1 and 6. 1 plus 6 is also 7. Okay. So any solutions you can write down. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Now question number 3 is solve the following sets of simultaneous equations which we are going to solve by using elimination method. Okay, but this particular question we will start in next lecture because now time is up. Now if I start with a new question, then it is not possible for me to complete it in the within the time limits. So question number 3 I will start in the next lecture. Till that you have to practice all the sums, also go through all the solved examples from the textbook so that you can understand the method better. Okay, when we solve the equations that time you will understand, no doubt, but still you read, go through all the solved examples and try to understand the things because this chapter is very very important as I have said. Okay students, so today I am stopping here. We will meet in next lecture. Till that, you stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Thank you, students.